Hello. Today, uh, I was watching Canadian Prime Minister talk in the Parliament, and sometimes I have this thing that um, I have like a dialogue, you know, um, when I watch something like that, what I would say if I would be there, because. By the way, going to this story, it has a point, and I would like to find a way to lead people, including myself, or as I'm leading myself into more empowered feeling. And it's personal to everyone what this empowered feeling is, but you know it. You know when you feel empowered or you feel disempowered, or when you feel good or when you feel bad. So anyway, back to the story that or the context of the story that I want to lead myself into the empowerment because simply when you're there you feel better and you make better choices, so your life is better. You know, short and simple. And if by me doing so inspires you, somebody else, you know, who watches this, even better. You know, the more the merrier, and more people make empowered choices, live better life. You know, don't play this, you know, ego games. You know, I'm taking here just for myself. All these things, it just causes a whole bunch of problems. You know, so in this respect, I just feel like, you know, with more awareness, more empowerment comes, and life gets better. So anyway, back to the story of watching Prime Minister, you know, and I'm looking at these people, you know, politicians. I mean, and they just, I know, I see how the world functions when people on the power, you know, politicians or very rich families and people you don't even know, you know, don't even hear about many of them, you know, or you do, and they seem less rich or powerful than they are, and you know, or some feel they are rich and powerful, but because they did something great, you know, and they have it because of that reason, you know, no connections, never, you know. And so anyway, the people in power, they, you know, they're not stupid, you know, they know how human mind functions, how I suppose you know, they know how the system functions. You know, they are the system. You know, maybe some of them they're not even aware. You know, but the people on the top they're aware of what's up. You know, what's going on. And as I was looking at this prime minister, you know, and there was some guy was interrogating him, you know, how much money they received, you know, because there was some conflict of interest or something like that, you know. And this you know, Trudeau, he could not answer a simple question: how much money did they him and his relatives, his wife, received from this company, you know. And he just couldn't name it, you know. And I was thinking like, wow. I mean, for me, you know, when I look at these politicians, for me, I don't know, I look through them, you know. But I see most people, you know, because I figure out why, you know. And it's a deeper story, and but to simplify it, you know, they don't want to change, you know. They don't want, you know, they don't want to take responsibility for their lives, you know. And I don't want to sound all grown up, but really, when you look into it, you know that's what's happening, and you know it's because of fear, and you know that they don't feel empowered, you know, to tackle the fear, and they don't know that, you know. So anyway, these politicians come and they know how the mind functions. They know what to say. They say, "Oh, we need to stick together," you know, and people are like, "Yeah, we need to stick together because there's some truth in it," you know. But they are using this truth to manipulate, you know. So for me, it's almost embarrassing when these people talk and they lie, you know, and it's like a performance, you know. If you ever, you know, been in acting, you know, or encounter it, you know, it's performance, you know. It's so absurd that people just buy it, you know, because it's said so convincingly, you know, and they know how to defend and how to rationalize things, make things sense, you know. But when you know these things, you know, it's almost like it's like playing chess, you know. You kind of like you can see where it's gonna go, how it's gonna go. It's kind of like it's funny, you know, and people still buy these things, you know. So So anyway, the prime minister, he could not answer question how much money did they receive. I was thinking like, oh, why is that? Why is that? And it came very quickly. Well, imagine if you're a prime minister, you're saying, pretending that you're like doing for the good. You are there because you're doing for the people. Never for yourself. Oh, you're just a worker. Why? Because most of the people are workers. They have small salaries. They'll never be big or whatever. They don't know what it is. They don't even have appetites because they bury this appetite so far. Like under their radar, they can't even find it. And I'm not saying like that you need to be rich or something. No, it's just big, that you feel alive. That you, maybe you're a gardener, and you feel alive. And I mean, it's not about money, obviously. It's about feeling empowered, whatever that means in your life. So anyway, these people, they say like, oh, it's I'm like a worker for you people. We need to stick together. Just do what I say. I mean, that's not true empowerment if you're going to listen to somebody else what they say. Unless they remind you of your inherent power within you, and it awakens in you. So for instance, I would like to think that I'm doing this, like I'm trying to inspire, as I feel inspired, somebody else inspires me. It doesn't matter who does it. So now I'm doing it, now then you'll be doing it, or maybe you're already doing it, whatever. Doesn't matter who. So these people, they pretend they're just working for somebody else, and people are like, yeah, look at them, they make so much sense. They say the right things. They know, they understand my fears, because oh, I'm afraid. Oh, do they understand your power? No, because they don't want your power. Because if you have your power, if you found your power, you don't need them. And if you don't need them, what are they gonna do? They have to have you need them. So they have to have you handing your power to them, because they are more capable, supposedly, and more articulate, and they know how to do things, and you don't. You get to watch this on television, or on YouTube channel, or whatever, and they get to perform. Now I'm like a performer, and and I'm not saying that's anything bad. If I feel like if you inspire people, if you're giving some value, not if you just manipulate it so they can give you the power and they never find it by themselves. That's bullshit. So the guy couldn't answer how much money they received, because if he would say like, hey, I received $500,000 here. I received not even money, because sometimes they're just perks. Oh, I received only $200,000 here, but everything else was free. I could do everything for free. Well, if you can do everything for free, that's clearly a benefit. Somebody had to pay for it. And you did actually, through taxes. So anyway, these people benefit, and they they make themselves appear so, so every day, I'm just like smart, working hard. This is not true. You have to understand that, people. I mean, I don't know who believes that. And I'm not saying that all politicians corrupted, but I would say like literally, I think 90%. Or maybe some even come there with good intentions, but then once you get into the system, somebody says this, oh, what you say there, and you're into power structures, receiving some sort of benefits for your family, because you just also want to survive, or you maybe are ego power driven and you want more power, like these people do. So as they perform, and you give them this power by admiring them, and also for celebrities, why celebrities? Because everybody admires them. They get rewarded. Now they have their name. They just say like, huh, and this huh generates a million. Why? Just because they said it, because a lot of people gave them the power. Yeah. And not to and if you take away celebrities and stuff, people will feel their own emptiness. They'll have to deal with it. Nobody wants that. So I figure it's very clear then why it's happening, what's happening. And I mean, you want it to continue, then just give your power away. Most of the people don't know what's happening. That's the problem. If you would know how mind works, how mind control works, how system functions, you could not get through your life. You don't even know. Most of the people don't even know what's happening. That's the problem. They're not aware. So then things can happen that are not beneficial, and they're just observing there. They don't know that this is just observing. They don't know that they are causing things. you know, because they don't know they're powerful, you know, that they manifest things, you know, with the way they are. They think they're not part of this life, you know. They think they're isolated, you know, which is once you go into it, it's absurd. That's not how it is at all, you know. So anyway, this video is more to try to shine some light and you know, just take the power away from these politicians and celebrities, all these people that you think they're better than you. They're not better than you, you know. Trust me. I thought this as well from very early childhood, you know. I dropped this gradually as I grew up, but you know, I think people have to do that. Otherwise, you know, I know you're not ready, you're afraid, you know, but maybe you can tackle, you know, smaller fears, you know. I mean, everybody has their own fear. I have mine as well, you know, like, and okay, my life is like, I feel like I seem better if I you know, at least try to attempt to go through these fears and tackle them or admit to them to myself, you know, not just bury my hand into the sand and, like, you know, just, oh, you know, let everybody else do everything, you know, and then I can, you know, it's easy, then you can point, oh, they fucked me up, you know, that's why, you know, all these politicians are crooked. Well, they're crooked because of you. I mean, if you're not voting and supporting the system, then, you know, take it back. But if you are, you're supporting all this, you know, but, you know, nicely doing everything that you are told, you know, oh, that's just the way it is. Well, guess what? It's been created the way it is. There was one time that it was not the way it is, you know. And the way it is because you can, you know, some people have ideas, they create things, and the other people support it, you know, or at least they don't object it, you know. You can see that very good with these restrictions and the protests, what's happening now. So anyway, this video is for you, to inspire you to take your power back, because that's how it's supposed to be. That's how life is supposed to function. And then you'll feel empowered, you'll feel valuable, and you'll share values to your fellow citizens, people around you, and so on, and life becomes better. So that's today's realization. Hope you get inspired. Spread some good vibes, you know, spread some good vibes, and have a good, great, wonderful day. Take care.